I've developed a pretty good system for taking pictures of purses, and today I have this tub full of bags that I need to take pictures of, so I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to show you how I get it done. I'll be showing you my whole process, and along the way I'll be sharing many tips to get the most clear, professional looking photos. First and foremost, I set up my background and all of the supplies that I will be needing. I go with an all white setup. That's what I use as my background. I've always heard that is the best. It performs the best in search on Google, eBay, and all selling platforms. I use a board that I put in the back, and I use this desk, and that will be my all white background. One thing you will need for those good pictures is very good lighting. You can't always start off with using natural light, but I think it's worth it to invest in some very good ring lights so that you don't have to depend on the sunlight being out or having to take pictures only in the morning time. This way you can take pictures any time of day and no matter what the weather is looking like that day. I use two right now. This is one of them. It's just a very big ring light. It extends up very tall, so I just lean this over so that it leans over the purses once I'm taking pictures. It does have this LED screen right here where you can adjust all sorts of settings. This is called the Neewer ring light, as you can see right there, and I got this one on Amazon. This is also a Neewer ring light. It's just a smaller one, a little bit more compact, and I just use it to add a little bit more lighting from this right side. Other things you will need for your purse pictures are a measuring tape, a scale with a box on top just to account for the weight of the packaging you will be using to ship, along with the weight of the purse. I like to jot down my measurements on a dry erase size chart template, so for that I also have an Expo marker and a microfiber cloth handy to erase and reuse this template. Clear poly bags are also part of the setup here, and I keep those stored right below in some drawers, and these are used to store and keep the purses organized in my inventory system while they sell. One very big tip I have if you're going to be taking pictures of lots of purses is to get yourself a stand like this one. It adjusts by twisting this little knob here on the side, so you can make it taller or shorter. I used to take pictures without this, and I used to struggle to make the purses stand upright. Ever since I got this, I found that it's a lot faster and easier to take these pictures of these bags, and also they just come out looking a lot better. And again, this is from Amazon. They have all sorts of colors and materials of these kind of stands. I just went with a white one, that way it blends in with my all white background as well. Another thing you're going to want to use is something to stuff your purses. I use this brown packing paper, and I reuse the same one every time. I just keep it in this box, and this is just going to give your purses a very good shape so that they're not just flat, and it just makes the pictures come out a lot better, a lot more professional looking, and customers are better able to see how the purse is going to look once it's filled up. Here, for example, is this Born of Concept red leather purse. You see how it's all flat looking, which is not a problem, I guess, if you wanted to take the picture like this, but let me just show you what the after would look like by adding the paper inside. And here it is. In my opinion, it just looks a lot better. Customers are better able to see the exact size of the purse. You can see that it has like a little ruching on the side, and at the top you can see that it has 3 different compartments. I just like this look a lot better. I guess it's not a real necessity, but it's nice to do if you have the time to do it. So here we have this purse all shaped and ready to go on this stand, and I'm ready to start taking pictures of it. But one thing I really recommend you have in place before you start taking pictures is knowing your angles. Know what angles you want to take of the purse, or of shoes, of jeans, of anything you're going to be selling online, and then use those angles every single time. This is going to create consistency in your store. It's also going to make things go by a lot faster if you know what angles you're going to be taking and when and in what order. It's going to speed things up a lot, because you'll just get into the habit of doing the same angles every time in the same order. Another great benefit of knowing what angles you're going to take beforehand is that if in the future you hire someone to take pictures for you, you already have a template to hand over to them so that they know exactly how you want your photos taken and which angles and everything like that. And to show you what I mean, here on this board I have taped up the angles of shoes that I take every time. The cover photo is not here, but first I would take the cover photo, the top of the shoes, then the front, the bottom, the back, the left, the right, and everything is always in this order. I take pictures. I have 2 other people who take pictures, so we follow the same order every time when we take pictures of shoes, and the same thing goes with purses. I follow the same order every single time. And that order is the cover photo, the left hand side, the right hand side, over the top, the straps, the bottom of the purse, and then the back of the purse. The inside lining, any compartments or pockets or any accessories it may have inside. Another really important step to the process of taking pictures of purses is making sure you make note of your measurements. I have this fabric tape here hanging off of this big ring light, and this is what I will use to measure my bag. What a lot of people will do is just put the fabric tape over the bag. So they'll take a measurement of the height, the width, and just take a photograph of that and upload that picture to their listing, and that will take care of their measurements for them. But what I like to do instead is use a measurement form like this one. It has a space for you to write in all of the measurements that you need for the purse. And the reason I like to use a template like this is because it's just a lot more simple, a lot more straightforward. Just one picture shows all of the measurements all at once, and also it just saves on pictures, so you don't have to upload so many. In places that only let you upload like 8 photos like Mercari does, it saves you on pictures, and I don't have to worry about adding measurements in my description and typing it out either. So this just takes care of it all at once. That's why I like using these. I do have these for sale on my Shopify store. It is a set, so you'll get this one and a lot others for almost anything you'll ever need to photograph to sell online, like jeans, rompers, dresses, skirts, shorts, tops, all sorts of things. So the link to that will be down in my description. Go ahead and check that out if you'd like to get some of these templates. To measure the purse, as I said, I use this yellow fabric tape. First, I will measure the drop, which is from the top of the handle to the beginning where the purse starts. So I'll measure that, and it is 9. Then I'll go down, it's 9 again, then sideways 13. So I'll try to remember all of these measurements so that I can write it later on that template. And then we'll do the depth, which is the width of it here on the side. So it is 6. So that was 9, 9, 13, and 6. So we'll jot that down here and then take a picture of this. The next thing you'll want to do, just to make your life a whole lot easier, is give your purse an identifying number, also known as a SKU number. These are the ones I use. They came blank. I bought a whole bunch. It comes in a pack from Amazon, and then I'll just fill them in with a marker. I started at P001, and then I've been going up since then. And these are going to help you locate your item once it sells. If you plan on selling a lot of purses, I really recommend you come up with some sort of SKU system so that you don't lose your things and you're able to find them quickly and ship them out quicker. To add the SKU number, I just stick it to the corner of a poly bag. This is the one I'm going to be using for this Born bag. This is my largest poly bag that I have. I do have 3 different sizes, so I just use the one that will fit it best. Then I will just crumble up the poly bag and stuff it inside the bag, making sure that I can see the number on the corner here, and just go ahead and take a close-up picture of that SKU so that you have it later to add to your selling platforms. In the past, I did put the actual bag inside the poly bag, tape it up, and then add the SKU number, but I'm storing my purses hanging up on hangers in a closet rack just to save space, which is why I make sure that I'm able to see this number, and then once it's hanging in the closet, you're able to see it. And when it does sell, I take this poly bag out, put the bag inside, and then put it in a box. Now, the very last step for me is to weigh the purse. That way I have this information ready when I'm listing. Since I have the purse out already, I like to go ahead and take care of this step when I'm taking the pictures. If you're listing on sites like eBay, Mercari, and Depop, you're going to need to know the weight anyway, so that you know how much to charge customers for shipping. So you might as well knock this step out of the way as you're taking the pictures. So let me show you what that looks like. I have this box on top of this scale, and this is going to account for the weight of the packaging. And then all I do is put the purse on top of this box here, and then I take a close-up picture of this weight so that I have it later along with the rest of my pictures. Everything stays in order. And that is one bag done. And then you'll just repeat the same process with the rest of your bags. You're going to want to add the packing paper to give it shape. Go ahead and put it on your stand. Take your pictures of all angles, the same angles every single time. Then go ahead and measure your purse and add those measurements to a template if you have one. Make sure you take a picture of that template. Then add your purse into a poly mailer. Attach a SKU number so that it's easy to find later. Take a picture of that SKU number up close, then take a picture of the purse on top of a scale with a packaging so that you know exactly how much it weighs, packaging included. All of that information will stay in order in your camera roll, and when you're listing, you'll have everything you need to get your listing done. I really hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And that's all for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.